What is going on? Welcome to Ruu S Room. We're getting to the nitty gritty of the artists and creatives in the scene. I am Ruu, aka the Culture Black Kid, and today we have Anesu. He is a transgender, Zimbabwean-born hip-hop and R&B artist, currently posted up in Eeyore, Sydney. His latest EP, Bad Habits, dropped not 2 months ago, and as the final release on legendary local record label Elephant Tracks, and has since been announced on the roster of Offbeat Collective's new label, Anesu. How are you doing? Like, for real, how are you doing?
I'm cool, man. How are you? What's going on? Happy to be here.
No, for sure. I'm doing well. It's been hectic start to the year, but, you know, we move.
Yes.
We move.
Yes.
So, Bad Habits. It's been a couple months since it's released. How has the reception been? How has it been looking now retrospectively? Now that it's been out for a little bit of time.
I feel like the reception's been really cool. I feel like the project surprised a lot of people, both lyrically and vocally. I stepped out of my comfort zone and tried something completely new.
Yeah.
And people really liked it, and it's really amazing to have that kind of support.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Do you have a favorite track looking back that, you know, is the one that stands out above the rest?
I feel like probably it would be FTW. Yeah. Just because it's the song that I've had the longest in the vote, and it's come a long way and has made many different changes.
For sure.
Lyrical choices, and I'm happy that that's like out, and now I can just let it go.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, speaking of Bad Habits, I did want to play a little kind of like a intro game question regarding it. So you said, I think on an Instagram post, we all have bad habits, some we embrace and some we outgrow, which kind of feels like a tagline for like the project as a whole, I guess. So without obviously getting too deep, doxing yourself or whatever, what is a habit that you are currently embracing and one that you need to outgrow? And who is an artist, producer, creative in the scene that you could have help in either of those situations?
A habit that I'm embracing is remaining like fearless and curious. Because I think if you're curious, it means that you're like always learning new things. And a habit I'm trying to outgrow would be, I feel like black people are like, I was speaking with my friend about this the other day, especially in African culture. We have this like culture of humility, which when you think about like hip hop doesn't always align. Yeah. It's always like
for
the
sure.
secret successor, you know, type thing.
Yeah.
And I want to outgrow that and just be a bit more bold. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I think a producer who would help me do that would be Solo. I think he makes really cool art and music.
No, for sure. Yeah. For sure. And is there someone who could, do you think Solo would also help with the embracing part, or can you see it?
He's got really cool philosophies, and we're always having like the deepest conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. For sure. Well, shout out to Solo. Yeah, facts. And you did bring up the culture, and it is and, you know, being black and recognizing that part, which is actually kind of bringing into this next set of Ruu S Rooms that I got coming up, which is throughout February. Right. And for those who don't know, February, not here, unfortunately, but in the US is Black History Month. So because of that, I wanted to kind of have a couple Black History Month, you know, tailored questions a little bit. That will run with everyone else who I'm talking throughout this month. So my first question, which is a personal favorite that I love to ask, I asked Becca this a couple weeks ago, which is, when was the first time you realized you were black?
Oof. Birth. Probably primary school. A kid came up to me and was asking me about my hair, why it was different.
Yeah.
And if you could touch it. And I was like, oh, I don't see you doing this to the other kids. This means I'm different. Why am I different? And I asked my parent, and they were like, you're black.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you're like, okay.
I was like, well, okay. Good to know.
No, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. You know, a tale of Taylor's oldest time when it comes to especially the hair touching part.
That drives me crazy.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So my second question in this little section is, What is the blackest thing that you have ever done?
What? The blackest thing I've ever done?
Yeah, in the, the general stereotype. Obviously, being black is not a monolith, but...
Okay, in the stereotypes. I mean, I'm a
Or not
rap-
stereotype, but yeah, but...
I make rap music. I feel like
I
it's
guess
so black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fair. That is fair.
Yeah, I talk about black experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And finally, what is one thing you would love to see more of in the black community in the scene?
But I want to see more of creativity,
Mm-hmm.
more people uplifting each other,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of getting out of this like competitive mindset. Because I think if one person goes up, we're all going up together, and kind of being more community focused rather than profit focused.
Yeah.
I think I would love to see
Mm-hmm.
that happening.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, which I 1000% agree with. So, like natural collaboration and, again,
Yeah.
support. Like, especially here, it feels very cliquey, but still, that I guess that also can go across every single other city, possibly. Like, but I can only speak for Sydney. But yeah, it would be nice to see, again, us champion ourselves, like each other a lot more naturally, not feel like it's forced or like there's something going on that we have to rally behind to then support each other. So yeah. I agree.
More authenticity and more people repping like their actual roots as well. And
For sure.
not trying to take on coaches that maybe don't belong to them all the way. That would be cool.
Yeah, no, 1000%.
Yeah.
1000%. Well, speaking of, let's try and get to know you a little bit more. So I've asked Anesu to do a little bit of homework, gather some items. If he doesn't have the items, and hopefully we at least get a dope story to go along with it. You remember to do the homework, correct?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Good. My stuff.
Amazing. So let's get into that. My first question is, what is something that represents who you are as a person?
Something that represents who I am as a person is this book that I have. It's by Angela Davis. I'm an avid reader, and when I was writing the EP Bad Habits, this was like what I was reading. And I still come back to it like every now and then, and I feel like it just reminds me of like values and ethics and the things that inspired me to keep going. So it would be this book right here.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think is the main, like one of the main messages or a current message that you've taken out of this book?
Basically, is that we need to be thinking about like how we can rehabilitate our communities instead of punishing our communities for the things that we also are not in control of building and enforcing. And I try to bring that into my music lyrically and visually as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Would you consider this your favorite book, or do you have another book that?
It's my favorite book right now.
Yeah.
It changes all the time, but it's
No. Fair enough. Fair enough. And a final question in the book category is there a book that you've read that coming in you didn't really think much of, but actually turned out to be a lot more impactful to you?
This is really off-brand and off-topic, but I've been reading Harry Potter.
Oh, fair enough.
And I'm like a new Harry Potter fan. Like a late Harry Potter fan. And I, thought that the story was really interesting. Yeah.
How far in are you?
In the book or
Yeah.
in like the...
In, I guess, the book series.
I've watched all the movies.
Okay,
but
fair.
the book series, I'm like in the first.
Oh, you're still on Philosopher Stone. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So random.
Yeah. No, but it's fun. Like, I mean, my partner is one of the biggest Harry Potter fans that I know. So, she's always just super keen to discuss anything Harry Potter. I'm like, yep, cool, and I love it. I love it as well. But it definitely is one of those fandoms that you're like, if you're locked in, then it's like you go hard.
I know.
So
yeah, I am surprised that I found myself in that place.
yeah. No, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I guess we're going to have to check in when you get to like Goblet of Fire or something like that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, goodness. But anyway, let's keep moving. Number 2. What is your favorite sentimental gift that you have received from someone?
Favorite sentimental gift that I have received. So it would be this crystal
Yeah. Okay.
right here, which is a gift that a friend of mine gave to me before I left Borroloo, Perth, and came to Sydney. And it's kind of like a good luck energy, cleanses the space, cleanses your mind. And I think I also love crystals. So.
Nice. Is there any other type of crystal that you feel like is really important in, your current journey? I guess, obviously you said that, it's cleansing, it was in the move. So, naturally a transition, it's a good, okay, once you've gotten to a new location, like hopefully you start fresh. But is there one, right, like a different crystal or anything along those lines that is currently one that, yeah.
Maybe not so much crystals,
Yeah.
but I think with jewelry, I think gold is always something that really resonates with me. One, it just looks good on complexion, which
Facts.
is important. But two, I think, thinking about like the gold, like mining industry,
Yep.
the history of it in Africa.
For sure.
I like to always try and channel my ancestors with me wherever I am. And gold feels appropriate.
No, for sure.
For that. Yeah.
For sure. And, especially a country like Zimbabwe that you are from,
Yes.
like the history of, mining and all that stuff.
Yeah.
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 So, but yeah, do Googles.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough. Number 3, what is the first album that you ever bought or received?
The first album that I ever bought, I do not have it with me, but it was Kendrick's album, How to Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh, okay.
I was in grade 9 and bought it on like iTunes.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
$20. I was like, yeah.
You're like, whoo.
It was a lot. Yeah, when you're in school, that $20 is like so much.
Yo,
money.
that's like,
You know?
that's at least like 5 trips to the canteen or something like
Literally.
that.
Yeah, but it was such a good album.
For sure. Do you remember like where you were when you pressed play on it?
I was in class.
Oh, you were in class?
Yeah.
You're like, all right, now I gotta lock it. Do you remember what class?
I think it was like math class.
Yep. I don't know why I had maths in my. I'm like, like, shh, I don't care.
Just chatting about algebra and shit, and I was just like, I actually don't want to listen to this. I just want to listen to music. So I just like chucked them on. And it was great. Yeah.
Do you feel like is there a song from To Pimp a Butterfly that you feel like resonates with you the most? Because it's so rich about the black experience, that album. But is there one that resonates with you the most?
I actually cannot answer that question.
That's fair.
No,
That's
the
fair.
entire album.
The whole album.
Back.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like Kendrick is really one of those artists that make really good albums and really good album listening experiences.
Yeah.
So to point one out would feel
like you're diminishing the other ones.
Yeah.
No, for sure. And you are right that it is definitely an experience that you got to take in as a whole. Obviously there are singles. There's King Kunta. There's All Right, but there's Blackberry. But when you listen to it from top to bottom with the story, with the poetry, with how it ties in at the end with Tupac and all that stuff, it's like, no, you have to take it in top to bottom. So yeah, would you consider yourself more of an album listener or a playlist listener? Album, definitely. Yeah. Obviously, I assume for the similar reason why To Pimp a Butterfly circumstance as well. Yeah. No, fair enough. Fair enough. And finally, with this question, is there a local artist whose project or songs that you've been rinsing recently?
Yes, there is. I also have another item with me, which is a Genesis t-shirt.
Hard.
To his concert last year. And yeah, he's a local Australian artist. I feel like he's really doing some really cool things.
For sure.
I'm excited to see what he does next.
Yeah. No, 100%. He's always
like in album mode again. So.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Definitely. He's always so genre bending, and especially from Struggler as well. That one was like, whoa, what is going on here? So, to only top that with something that's even more probably like dramatic, or maybe not even. We'll see. I don't know. But that's fire. Yeah. Shout out to Genesis. Yeah. All right, number 4. What's a moment from one of your favorite gigs and sessions?
Favorite moment in a session would be with my producer, Rock,
Mm-hmm.
who lives in Perth.
Yep.
I remember I hit him up like 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a session. It was our first session, and we spent like majority of it like making music. He played a beat, and I just went in the studio and recorded a freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And we spent like 2 hours just like not speaking to each other.
Just locked.
Just locked in.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, few people you meet where you have that creative synergy,
Mm-hmm.
or like creative soulmates,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Yeah.
And that was definitely that like moment.
For sure.
So that would be one. And at a gig, I would say maybe the recent gig here at Offbeat,
Mm-hmm.
doing the collab event with Patience.
Yes.
Was a really great moment.
For sure.
Great for Offbeat, great for the EP.
Mm-hmm.
Patience EP is really amazing.
Crazy.
And
Yep.
fantastic. They produced the entire thing,
Mm-hmm.
which is so cool. So yeah, that's one of my favorite moments.
No, for sure, for sure. I remember when I pulled up out the back, and I think you went second. I'm pretty sure you went second.
Mm-hmm.
And Patience was still halfway through theirs, and I was like, oh wow, nah, this is gonna be fire. I saw there was like the pictures of y'all hanging from the roof with the I think it was roses, and it was like a whole experience. I was like, yeah, this is special.
Yeah.
This is special. So, and yeah, I mean, you kind of alluded to it, but how was it to share such an experience with an artist as amazing and as well-rounded as Patience?
It was really awesome. I feel like Patience and their partner as well were really good with like setting up the event and making sure that everything was beautiful and set up, and they did a really good job. And I also think Patience has some really cool creative ideas, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
Like, getting to know them in that way.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Have you worked on much music with Patience?
Yeah, we've been in a few sessions in the last year. A few sessions with Pookie and Glow.
Yep.
And it's such a vibe.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So hopefully get the collab, like so the releases coming soon. Nah, for sure. For sure. And finally, number 5.
Yes.
What is something that represents your dreams and aspirations within your field?
Something that represents my dreams and aspirations? It would probably be my book of journals, where I write literally all of my lyrics in
True.
hand.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's got like literally all my lyrics from like years and years. And sometimes I revisit them just to see what I was doing as a youngin. And sometimes I'll use those lyrics in current songs and stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's sometimes like, maybe you read like an old lyric book and you'd be like, what was this? What was I talking about? Like, this is kind of cringe. But then, you also think about like that raw just process of working on music where it's kind of like, this kind of creative idea that I was thinking of, it's actually kind of cool. Maybe I didn't word it the best, or, maybe there's a bar here that's like, okay, that's fire, but the rest of it, maybe I could throw out. Yeah. But then, taking that into your current state and just being like, maybe I could run with that. But that's cool. Do you still handwrite?
Not anymore.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Now it's all just like microphone freestyle.
Oh, true. You just step up to the mic and just
go.
Yeah. Let's go. I think I was talking to a friend who was just like, man, I hate anyone can just walk up to a mic and just start rapping, like, or just start singing. It's like, yo, put something onto the paper first. Like, stop showing off like that. So but that's fire. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I feel like it's a good creative process for me. I feel like sometimes writing shit down now gives me too much room to overthink.
Yeah.
Thinking about the structure, thinking about the lyrics, how it rhymes, how it plays, and then suddenly I feel like the song is shit. Whereas if I can just go and record it straight away, it allows me to like not be as self-critical.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Everyone has their own process.
Of course. Kenny Beats always, his whole thing is don't overthink shit. So literally just stepping up to the mic and just first thing and being like, no, because the first idea is usually the best idea. So just going up, boom, lay it down. If we need to revisit, maybe we'll revisit it. But what you lay down in the moment is probably what's gonna carry on. So hard. All right. Before we get out of here, it's time to play a game. So what I'm going to get you to do is build your is build your ultimate collab track. It is going to be yourself, 3 other artists, 1 producer, 1 director, and 1 videographer.
Wow.
All local.
Local.
Yeah.
Okay. It would be me on a track.
Yep.
It would be Sample the Great.
Mm-hmm.
It would be Ziggy Ramo. It would be Genesis.
Okay.
On the beat, we would have 18-Year-Old Man.
Fire.
And creative direction would be Minori.
Fire.
On video.
Fire.
And then styling.
Here we go.
We would have Dexter Lola.
Okay.
And Laura Maz.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Fire. That's the squad. That's a squad right there. Now that's fire. That's fire. I always love when people go that extra mile with my question and just like, on the creative styling, on the stills,
yes.
On the set design, on the fashion design. I'm like, yes, cook.
Yes. Come on.
Okay, fire. Well, let's see if that collab can happen.
Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, thank you so much for coming through. It's been an absolute pleasure to chop it up and get to know a little bit more about you. To close out, there is the camera. Please let the people know what's out, what's coming up, what to look out for, all that good stuff.
Yes. Hi, I'm Anesu. I just dropped my first EP 2 months ago. It's out on wherever you like to listen to music. Go give it a stream and watch out for more music on the way. We are with my friend Ruu.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. I am Ruu, aka the Culture Black Kid. Anesu.
Yes.
This is Ruu's Room. And catch you next time. Peace.